It's true. It did happen here on Comedy Tonight. There was a potato on our stage telling jokes. Now, other vegetables auditioned. There was a sneezing carrot. We had a dancing onion, but we picked a potato. The potato was the best. Our first guest is also the best. You can call him in the middle of the night, and he will tell you a joke. As a matter of fact, let's get his phone number and try it. Here is one of my good friends, an all-time favorite, Mr. Soupy Sales.
Thank you. That's very nice. You've had a dancing potato, I've had dancing soup. Okay, that's it. Okay, no, thank you very much. I really feel very good because I just spent 3 weeks in the Riviera, and next week I got to get new tires for my Riviera. It's okay. Two guys go to college, and they graduate, and one guy says to the other one, says, listen, Bill, if you ever get to Chicago, I want you to give me a call because I'll show you around Chicago because Chicago is one of the great architectural centers of the world, and you studied engineering. He says, you've never been to Chicago, have you? And the guy said, have I ever been to Chicago? He said, is Helen ready? Does Lucille Ball? And the guy says, don't give me those jokes. He said, if you get to Chicago, give me a call. So he said, okay. A couple of years go by, and one day the guy gets a call. He says, hey, it's me. I'm in town. It's Charlie. He said, listen, you'll come over tonight for dinner, 7:30. And the guy says, I'll be there with bells on. He said, if it's cold, I'll wear something warmer. And the guy says, don't do those jokes. Just come over at 7:30. The guy gets there at 7:30, and there's a knock. He knocks on the door, and the door opens up, and the guy looks up because staring down at him is the biggest dog he's ever seen in his life. And the dog goes, oh, what is that? And the guy says, what's going on here? And the dog goes, and the guy says, are you a guy dressed in a dog suit? And the dog grabs his hat and goes, and the guy walks into the hall and puts his hands over his heart because he read someplace, if you do that, a dog won't attack you. Now, the guy is standing there looking at the dog is looking at him, and the dog goes, oh, brother. And then the voice says, I'll be right down. His friend comes down, he goes, Bill, Charlie, how are you? And he says, what's with this dog? And he says, that's my dog, his name is White Fang. And the dog goes, I'm the dog, White Fang. He says, I'll tell him, sit. He goes, oh, Now the guys are talking about Chicago and about the White Sox and the Cubs and everything. And the guy says, you getting hungry? And the guy says, I am starving. He says, all right, White Fang. He says, oh, that? He says, you can now toss the salad. He goes, oh, all right. Oh, wow. He says, not on the floor, on the plate. He went, oh, I didn't know that. And not only does the dog serve the salad, but roast beef and right down to gravy and with string beans and mashed potatoes and right down to strawberry shortcake and coffee. And the guy says, that's the best meal I've ever tasted. I can't believe a dog fixed a meal. The dog said, you better believe it. He says, I'll tell him sit. He goes, oh. Now they're talking and everything. The guy says, would you like a cigar after dinner? The guy says, I don't smoke those things. He says, I smoke cigarettes. He says, but I'm all out of them. He says, no problem. He says, White Fang. Goes, oh, what? He says, take this $10. Goes, oh, huh? He says, you go down to the corner drugstore and get a pack. He says, what are you smoking? The guy says, Marlboro. Oh, all right. And the dog leaves. Now the guys are there talking a while, and he says, gee, he says, he usually runs right down and comes right back. I can't understand what's taking him so long. So the guy says, well, if you want to, why don't we take a walk? We'll look for him. We'll walk off to dinner. And the guy says, you don't mind? He says, no, I don't mind. And the two guys start walking down the street, and they're looking for the dog. And they look left and right. They don't see anything. As they turn the corner by the park, they see White Fang. He's over by the bushes making love to a French poodle. And the guy says, White Fang? He went, oh, huh? Said, I sent you out a half hour ago. Went, oh, huh? Says, you've never done this before? And the dog looked up and said, I never had the money before.
White Fang. All right, now still to come, we have New York Jet Mark Gastineau, who will do whatever he wants to do.
Yes.
We have Wacky, Frankie Pace, John Kassir, and we're going into the audience.
I know all of them.
We'll be right back. now officially planted in the audience. I want to know something. How many of you in the audience would like to be performers, even if it's just a wild fantasy? Let me see your hands. All right, stand up quickly.
Yes, yes.
What's your name and what would you like to do?
Bob Greenberg. I would like to do a hand trick.
A hand trick?
Yeah.
That's what you'd like to do?
Yeah, okay. Please
Good,
sit
Bob.
down.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's your, stand up, what's your fantasy? What kind of performer would you want to be?
Comedian.
You want to be a comedian?
A great one.
Okay, keep working on it. Let me see somebody else. You want to be a performer?
Bill.
Just a second.
No, I want to tell you about my
Hold on.
fantasy,
I'd like to
Bill.
talk to this clean-cut young...
Time I looked at your poster, I knew it was you and me, kid. Now, do you remember us at Woodstock, Bill?
Mud wrestling?
Yeah.
No, not exactly.
You don't remember?
You want to stand up for a second? All right, go ahead. Now, what do you want to tell me? I'm looking for people who want to be performers. You want to be a performer, kid?
Oh,
Kid,
aren't you?
I mean, kid.
I'm 77, Bill.
Tell me a little bit about your performing history.
Oh, well, you know, I used to work Vegas all the time, you know, with Frank. You remember that Soup? Oh, Soup and I go back years.
What were you doing at Woodstock?
Oh, performing with Joe Cocker. I was a cockette.
Good. What's this thing in your hand?
Oh, this is my paw. I wanted to paw you.
Do you ever laugh so hard your face hurt?
First time we went out, Bill.
All right, listen. Did that ever happen to you? You ever laugh so hard your face hurt?
No.
No? It's going to happen right now. When I saw this next guy, my face hurt. He is really crazy. Wacky Frankie Pace!
Any Catholics here? Yeah. Padre Fido Spiritu Toto. I want to be loved by you. Yes, the Pope sings his greatest hits. Little bishops in the back. Yeah, I used to work at 3 Mile Island. So, oh, there's my toupee. John Boy. It's Mario from Donkey Kong.
Oh, no! It's time to make the donuts. I hate those donuts.
Do you have chocolate donut? Oh. And now the Italian version of King Kong. Ah, you better come down, you crazy monkey! Hello, my name is Jacques Cousteau. Some people want to be president of the United States. Some people want to go to the moon. Me, I just want to be a cow. Moo. Holy cow. Moo. Black cow, saying moo. Italian cow. Yo, moo. What, you stupid or something? Huh? Do you have any clearance still? It's the flying tumbleweedies! Saw a guy drunk last night walking down the street. Hey, nice shot with the stapling gun. It's great. This reminds me of my grandfather. He's down in Miami now, chasing the girls down there. Come here, baby. Hey. Come going back to Jamaica. Hello, my name is Adele Satsoon. Obviously, I screwed up. Yo, yo, yo. 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 Great.
Margaret, what kind of deodorant is this?
My impression of a moron trying to rob a bank. Stick him up, Tony, go!
You want sick, Bill? I'll give you a sick. I'll give you the sick stuff now.
Here off down top of the expressway, traffic seems moderate to heavy. Bullwinkle, it's me! So how was the spaghetti? I think this linguine was just a little undercooked. The Bionic Man right after a car accident. Whoa!
Wow, what a headache.
Look at that chick. Where is she? First man sneezing in space. H! I like football, though. Football is nice. Referees, so serious, referees. I would like to see a referee just freak out just once, huh? See the referee out there.
And we're going to be right back with John Kassir and Mark Gastineau. Now, one of the most inventive comedians you're ever going to see, John Kassir. John.
No. Not that! Anything but that! It was a quiet, sultry night on the little town off the prairie. There was one lonely hitchhiker standing on the highway. George Jetson. Then he came. The same dinosaur that's in every Japanese monster movie ever made. Oh, no, let's get the hell out of here. Quick, change the channel. And now, back to our show.
Nice to see you. Having a good time, Soupy?
Great.
I want to introduce you to a great athlete from the New York Jets, Mr. Mark Gastineau. Having fun?
You like comedy, right? I love comedy.
But
It's great.
You have like one of the great tough guy images, right?
Well, some say I do. Behind the scenes, though, it's not quite as tough as everybody thinks it is.
Well, give me an example of when you broke down your tough guy image.
Oh, I think it was when Brittany was born. That is my 2-year-old baby girl that I've got now. That my wife was in the hospital, and since my size, they thought that rather than put Lisa through pain, my wife, they thought that the C-section would be better.
Just judging from the size of you.
Exactly.
I thought the baby was going to take.
Well, she's 2 years old. She weighs 65 pounds. She's quite a large baby.
What?
You don't. Are you laughing at my little girl? Okay, I didn't think so.
You probably weigh 70 by the time the show's over. Well, does she like to watch you on television?
Oh, she loves it. She always says sack 'em mock, but the other day, she thinks everybody's daddy. And when Walter Payton broke his rushing record, well, he was on front cover of Sports Illustrated, and she was sitting in the living room, and she was pointing at the different pictures, and she put down the magazine, and she looked at Walter, and she says, "Daddy, Daddy," and I went and grabbed Mommy, and I said, "No, wait a minute."
Sue, do you have any questions for Mark?
Yeah, is it true that Freeman McNeil is a contortionist?
That's another Jet player, Freeman McNeil.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, I heard the guy on the TV, the announcer, the other day said he ran around his own end.
You're right, he is.
Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stick around because Soupy claims he's going to make Vichy Soir out of the potato man.